Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Faith Ojone, and this is your go-to channel for anything information, lifestyle, and storytelling. Today, I am bringing to you it's something you guys have asked for so long. A lot of you have been asking, "Oh, Faith, I want to switch to tech. How do I go about it? How I need work experience?" Because one of my previous video, I talked about the importance of having work experience. So now, I've decided to bring a special guest to tell you how you can switch into a tech career with zero experience, and then you will gain experience in the tech field. So if you have any training before now and you're applying for jobs and you're not getting any feedback, sit tight, relax, and we will talk about this in detail. So today we're going to be talking about how you can transition into the UK labor market with zero experience and land that job that will sponsor your visa hassle free. We all know how the UK job market is. You need to have experience. You need to gain experience that you can use to apply for that job. I'm going to introduce my guest to you right now. His name is Ifemena, the co-founder of Amdari, and he's going to tell you more. Hi, Ife. So good to have you here. Please introduce yourself.
Hello. So my name is Ifemena April, and I'm the co-founder of Amdari. Talking about my experience, I transitioned, or like every other person that is in the tech space, like most people in the tech space at the moment, I also transitioned into the tech space. This was a few years ago, just about a couple of years ago, actually. If I think back now, I think this was almost 10 years now. All
Oh,
right.
wow.
So I started my career as a management consultant. So I studied economics in school. So coming from a non-technical background, the first job I ever did was working as a management consultant back in Lagos, Nigeria. I did this for about 4 years, and looking at the lifestyle of a consultant, I wanted something different. Okay, I wanted more money. That was, as a young professional, was money I was looking for. So I needed another career path that would. So while working in Lagos, I got a job as a management consultant. I did that for about 4 years. But the lifestyle of a management consultant, I wanted another career path. So after doing a lot of research, I landed on tech. It was majorly data science. So I was looking at getting into data science. I wanted to learn as much as possible. And, it took me about 2 years to learn. Then I relocated. I moved abroad. Ireland was the first place I relocated to. So I was in Ireland, did my master's. I was unable to get a job. Eventually, I was able to get a job. So my first job was actually in business intelligence, as a business intelligence developer. And I did this for about a year. And quite a number of things moved along the way. And probably I'll share those stories with you in today's session. So after doing this, it took me about 2 years to land my first job. Okay, it took me 2 years of learning, like consistent learning. But guess what? When I got the first job, I kept asking myself this question: like, why did it take me 2 years to get this job? Okay, why did it take me these two years to learn to do the job I was doing at that time? It felt unreal. It felt like I had prioritized learning rather than getting a job. Okay, so most people are looking at transitioning, are prioritizing so much on learning, so much. I want to learn this, I want to learn this, I want to learn, and you spend so much time learning, and you learn the things that you don't even need to get the job. So I usually tell most people, if you're looking to transition into the tech space, learn the skill that is required for you to get a job, to get your foot into the door itself. So that's exactly what happened to me. Okay, so I moved to Ireland, worked in Ireland, worked for multiple companies in Ireland. I moved from Ireland to the UK. Also did the same thing, worked for multiple organizations in the UK, implemented, led several data initiatives, business intelligence initiative, data science initiative for different corporate organizations in the UK. Did the same thing for businesses in the US. So that period of time, I also worked for companies in the US, because of remote working, obviously. From that, also moved to Canada, and honestly, rinse and repeat. I currently live in Canada, Alberta to be specific. I work for companies, still the companies I work with in the UK. I still do some contracts with them, some contracts in the US, some contracts in Canada, US, and Ireland. Okay, so those are the things I do at the moment. So I implement data science, data analytics initiatives for these businesses across the world. So that's my experience.
With your experience, it seems like you're the right person to ask anything relating to tech. Like you have loads of experience and years of learning. And this is something a lot of people don't understand, that not every certification will land you that job. You keep wondering why recruiters are asking for experience rather than certification, which is something that is there's nothing, nobody has created something like that, and you guys have come up with like a platform where people can gain real world experience, which is amazing, and this is impressive. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I mean, with your experience working in Ireland, US, and now you're in Canada, I feel like you understand the Western world like job market, and you're the best person to ask this question. Like, what are the strategies a job seeker can use to overcome the no experience barrier, especially if you're looking for roles in the UK, US, or Canada, like especially with a visa sponsorship? Of course, you know, we are immigrants, we need a sponsorship, but again, that no experience barrier is something that is holding most of us back. So, can you shed more
Yeah.
light? Thanks.
Yeah, very good question. I would say that's like one of the most asked questions, yeah, that I've received in my lifetime ever since we started Amdari. How do I transition if I have no experience? So you see, majority of the people that are looking at getting started are majorly focused, like I said, even myself back in the days, certificates, learning. Learning is not going to get you the job. And I usually tell most people that spend the next 10, 15 minutes of your time if you're looking to transition into any career power, business analysis, data analytics, data science, engineering, project management. Majority of these roles require you to have experience. Okay, so the key question is now, where do you get this experience? Now, that's exactly why we started Amdari, to be honest with you. Amdari is the only platform that allows you to work on industry relevant projects, real life projects, not simulated projects, not random projects that you get on Google, Cargo. This is industry relevant projects. So we are the only platform that gives
Wow.
you the opportunity to learn or work on projects, okay, as your own. So you use that to build your own personal experience. Now, the reason why we started Amdari, I'll just cut it straight to the point, okay? The reason why we started Amdari is when I was looking at getting my first job, like I said earlier, I was wondering why it took me this long to get a job, okay? It took me about 2 years plus to get that first job. Now, what did I use to get that first job? It was a personal project. It was my personal project. It was not even a business case. So the first
Wow.
project, the first job I got as a business intelligence developer, um, they needed somebody that was good with Power BI, that was very good with Power BI, and somebody that was also good with Tableau. Okay, so I was good with Power BI, I was good with both. Okay, and I wanted to see proof of, oh, show me something you've done. Okay, that would enhance your chances of getting the job. Okay, walk me through any projects you've worked on. So obviously I went ahead to show a Power BI dashboard I created personally for Arsenal. Okay, so I used to be a very, very strong Arsenal fan. Okay, but now but I used to be an
Used to
Arsenal
be.
fan. Well, you know,
Okay.
I've lost interest in football
You're
to be
not a loyal fan.
yeah, I'm not a loyal fan anymore. So,
It's
so
okay.
I used to be that kind of professional. I used to be that kind of person that I was just intuitive. I was just very inquisitive, and I went online, got a website that had all the information about Arsenal's histories, Arsenal's history towards all the wins, all the losses, EPL wins, loss, and all that. So I built a dashboard, scraped the data from the website, built a dashboard, reported it, automated it in Power BI service. It was just a fun project I wanted to do by myself. All right. And guess what? This is what I presented to the team. Okay. And they were so impressed. Like, they've not seen anything like this before. The dashboard was, even now, if I show anybody that dashboard, you would likely laugh. It wasn't pretty. Okay. And same thing in Tableau. I've just gotten a random data set. I worked on the random data set, did a visualization, things that you just do in your spare time. And that's what I presented. And guess what? Less than a day after that presentation, I got an offer. Okay. So, it started to, ring a bell in my head, like, okay, they didn't even need to see that I'd used this in a corporate organization, or I'd done this in a corporate world, or whatever the case might be. It was a personal project that was fun for me. I used in getting a job. Second one, again, I worked at another organization as a data scientist, and it was another personal project. I was very interested in computer vision. Okay, building an application or using a computer to identify different objects. Okay, so it was a face recognition project. smile recognition project. I did several projects, okay? Identifying your hands, standing up, sitting down, movement, sign language. I did some projects that were just interesting to me. Guess what? Posted it on LinkedIn. The CEO of the company reached out, okay? Just a post on LinkedIn. CEO reached out, oh, this is a fantastic project. This is something you're working on at the moment. You'll be willing to join the team to implement some initiative. They are currently looking at implementing new projects and all that. And that's how I got another opportunity to work with another organization, use my personal project. So at this point in time, that's already done on us that, okay, personal projects, people see experience as I got a job, okay, and I'm working in the office, and that is where I got that experience from. So that's the way people see experience. But experience is beyond that itself. Experience is, I have done this before, okay? So regardless of where you did it, okay, you've done it. So if it's like you build a dashboard in Power BI using some random data set you found online, fine. If you are able to work in the office and you're able to build the same thing with that same data set, fine. Two of you know how to do it together. So, Amdari is a platform that provides you with industry relevant projects. So this is not just random projects. This is projects that would give you the experience that you need to sell yourself during the interview process. So it's also a platform that will give you work experience. You can put it on your CV that you're currently working with Amdari. You'll get a work reference. You get all the things that you get. You get an offer letter. You get all the things that you need to back up your job application process. Okay, so if you're that professional that you've been learning, you've bought courses on Udemy, Coursera, you've attended different boot camps, it's high time for you to stop learning. The thing that will get you that job is experience, is you implementing those things that you've learned. Okay, so you can pay for all the certifications you want, you can pay for courses that you want, but learning doesn't get you the job. Experience, gets you the job, and that's exactly what you need to start doing today.
Like, what are the key networking strategies that can help we immigrants abroad to secure a job and connect with recruiter? How can people connect with recruiters and network to get that job? Because again, aside from having your certification and having the experience, I feel like somehow networking comes into helping you get a job, but it's not like the main thing. So what do you...
All right, very good question. I would say as immigrants, we usually like to feel like we are left behind, to be honest with you. So I worked in the UK for about 3 years, okay? I came in as an immigrant, okay? So like every other person. And I worked with different organizations as a contractor, full-time and all that. So I'm speaking from a place of experience. Now I'll say this, number one thing that will stand you out in the UK is your CV, okay? It's your CV. Most people's CV it's nothing to write about. I've worked with quite a number of professionals in the UK. They don't even know what it takes to have a great CV. So metrics and the things that needs to be on your CV are not there. It doesn't stand you out. Now let me tell you what worked for me. Okay, I didn't need to send anybody an email or messages on LinkedIn. I didn't do any of that. Okay, let me tell you what I did. I had a great CV. Okay, and this is even with the people I've worked with. They had great CVs. Now, you see any job board that exists, go and put that CV there. Total Jobs, CV Library, Total Job Serve, any job board, okay, that allows you to be able to upload your CV, create a profile and all that, okay? Do that, have a good CV, create a stellar profile, put it there and leave it alone. Let it marinate. Recruiters will call you, okay? It worked for me for 3 years. So I'm telling you for free, it's still going to work. Okay. You don't need to send any person messages on LinkedIn. Hello. No, you don't need to do that. Let him marinate. See, these guys are constantly in need of candidates. If you go online now, go to Total Jobs. Okay. Search for data analyst. You'll see how many jobs were posted today. In 2 days, in the last 2 or 3 days, in the last week, you see it's a lot. Before it gets to Total Jobs to be posted on Total Jobs, let me tell you what recruiters do. They would have done their own background check. They would have gone around the normal job boards to get potential candidates, because it's easier, it's faster for you to just sift through people's profile and call them and say that, okay, do you know what? I saw your profile. I used to in the market, so on and so forth. It's easier for them to do that than for them to open it up to like thousands of people for them to apply. Okay, and then they start to they have to filter to get the candidate you're looking for. So they usually start with headhunting. So if you have a good profile, you can have a good CV, put it on all the job boards. Ensure that you're always constantly updated. It's constantly updated with the right metrics, with the right experience. People will call you. Like people will call you every single day of your life until you disable that profile. All right.
Wow.
So that's number one. That's the number one tricks that worked for me. It worked for me. I've worked with quite a number of my mentors and my mentees. Okay, that people I've worked with in the past, even to date. Okay, so that's one thing I would say.
Yeah.
You don't need to message anybody. If you want to message people on LinkedIn, that's fine. But I mean, that works 100%.
I mean, thank you so much for this insightful topic. I mean, you really explained everything and broke it down. And even this new strategy where everyone is just focusing on sponsorship, but just get a job, do well, and then ask for sponsorship. Do you have anything else to say before we round up today's video?
It's been a very insightful session, even for me, based on the question that you asked. Okay, so I would say number one thing, in order for you to get a job. So the question people ask is, which one comes first, the chicken or the egg? Okay, so in this situation in the UK, you're based in the UK. Which one comes first, experience or a job?
Yeah.
You see most people say that, okay, I need to get a job. Just guys, I want to get a job. You're telling me I need experience to do the job. But why do I not get this experience enough for me to get this job? So it's I don't know where it comes in, but in the job market, you need experience in order for you to get the job. And that's exactly where Amdari is coming in. So if you're looking to get into data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, business analysis, project management, HR analytics, financial analytics, and you need to work on projects, like I said, projects that are relevant enough for you to get your foot into the door, Amdari is the only platform, okay, that guarantees you industry work experience relevant enough for you to get that job. Okay, so what are you waiting for? Get started today.
Thank you. So guys, this is so insightful. I'm gonna leave the link of Amdari in the description box below. If you have been looking for experience, work experience, you guys know how I've been emphasizing on work experience. You have to reach out to Amdari. I'll leave the link to everything you need in the description box below. Hurry up, sign up, and start gaining work experience. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.